notice how certain words, phrases, or trends pop up on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram all at once? It's not coincidence. It's currency. The internet didn't just break language, it put a price tag on it. Every word, phrase, meme, and trend can be measured in clicks, views, or ad revenue. Monetization isn't just a financial tool, it's a linguistic force. It rewards attention-grabbing phrasing, trend-chasing, and platform-optimized language while punishing content that doesn't play by the algorithm's rules. In this episode, we're diving into how monetization shapes the way people speak, write, and create online. We'll explore platform incentives, demonetization-driven censorship, and the ripple effects on humor, education, and serious conversations. Basically, if the internet has a voice, money is teaching it how to talk. Platforms reward attention. Titles, captions, thumbnails, and even speech patterns are optimized to keep you watching, clicking, or sharing. Words that hook audiences, whether flashy, exaggerated, or trendy, often earn more than subtle, nuanced language. But there's another side: demonetization and algorithmic penalties. Certain words or topics, politics, social issues, controversial history, even some scientific or educational terms can trigger reduced ad revenue or restricted visibility. Creators quickly learn to self-censor, avoiding terms, phrases, or entire topics to stay monetized. This creates a curious effect. Language online isn't just evolving for engagement, it's evolving for safety. Creators adapt their word choice, tone, and phrasing not just to grab attention, but to avoid financial penalties. That means even educational or serious content can get watered down, simplified, or euphemized just to stay algorithm safe. Early examples of this phenomenon appear in YouTube content around sensitive topics. History channels, political commentary, or even parenting advice often have to dance around certain words to avoid demonetization flags. Over time, this shapes what is safe language, and in turn, what audiences see, hear, and learn online. Different platforms have different rules, audiences, and incentives, and language adapts accordingly. Monetization doesn't just reward attention, it rewards platform-specific attention. YouTube, titles, thumbnails, and commentary styles are prime examples. Exaggeration is king. Words like insane, shocking, or "you won't believe this" often perform better than calm, neutral phrasing, because algorithms favor watch time and clicks. Even content creators with educational or serious intent find themselves tweaking language to be algorithm-friendly, balancing clarity with engagement. TikTok and Reels, short-form videos, is a sprint. Trending sounds, hashtags, and memeable captions shape the way users speak and write. Quick, punchy, repetitive phrasing thrives because the platform's algorithm rewards shares and engagement. Monetization here isn't just ads, it's visibility, brand deals, and viral potential, all of which incentivize a very particular kind of language economy. Instagram. Stories, captions, and influencer posts follow a similar pattern. The language of sponsorships and promotions has its own cadence. The carefully phrased call to action, the relatable anecdote, the exaggerated "I tried this and here's what happened." Monetization subtly standardizes tone, word choice, and pacing across millions of posts. Across platforms, a feedback loop emerges. Creators optimize for algorithmic reward, then audiences imitate and propagate, and then finally, algorithms reinforce trends. Language isn't evolving naturally here. It's being guided by financial visibility incentives, shaping communication on a massive scale. Monetized language doesn't just affect creators, it spreads like wildfire through communities. When a phrase, style, or joke earns clicks, views, or sponsorships, audiences pick it up, mimic it, and circulate it. Suddenly, what started as a creator's tactic becomes community currency. This also creates a feedback loop. Creators optimize language for engagement, which leads to audiences adopting the same phrasing, and then the algorithm rewards both parties, and the trend intensifies. Memes, slang, exaggerated expressions, and clickability turns a phrase don't just reflect the internet's culture. They're actively shaped by monetization incentives. Even niche communities feel this effect. Whether it's a small Discord server, a TikTok fandom, or a YouTube comment section, language adapts to maximize visibility, humor, and impact. Certain words, formats, or even tones become standardized, sometimes so much that new creators feel compelled to adopt them just to be understood or seen. And it's not limited to entertainment. Educational content, tutorials, and commentary channels often tweak phrasing to fit the same rhythm. Teaching, explaining, or analyzing is now filtered through a lens of shareability and engagement, subtly altering how information is conveyed and received. In short, monetization doesn't just shape what creators say, it shapes how entire communities speak, think, and interact. Language becomes a tool for visibility, not just expression. Monetization-driven language doesn't just shape style, it shapes culture. On the positive side, it can accelerate creativity, humor, and innovation. Trends spread quickly, communities adopt playful new expressions, and creators find clever ways to engage audiences. Shared language builds connection, identity, and belonging in ways that weren't possible before the internet. But there's a flip side. Algorithms and ad revenue often punish certain words, topics, or tones. Demonetization fears lead creators to self-censor, avoiding controversial or sensitive language. Educational channels, political commentary, and nuanced discussion often get watered down, euphemized, or oversimplified just to stay algorithm safe. Words themselves become a minefield. The fear of losing revenue or reach shapes not only how creators speak, but what they feel safe to say at all. This has ripple effects for audiences. Serious conversations about history, science, or social issues are filtered through a lens of profitability. Humor, memes, and viral trends dominate because they're safer, faster, and more rewarding. Nuance and depth sometimes take a back seat to language that performs well with the algorithm. Ultimately, monetization doesn't just influence style, it influences substance. It rewards engagement, discourages risk, and subtly rewires both creator and communication. The internet's voice isn't just loud, it's monetized, optimized, and sometimes muted in all the wrong ways. Monetization shaping language might feel like a uniquely internet era problem, but zoom out and it's part of a much older story. Humans have always adjusted communication in response to incentives. Advertising campaigns in the 20th century influenced not just what people bought, but how they spoke about products, trends, and lifestyles. Print media, radio, and television all rewarded catchy phrasing, slogans, and attention-grabbing rhetoric. Language was optimized for persuasion and visibility long before algorithms existed. What's new is the scale and speed. The internet compresses this process from years to hours, and platforms give creators direct, measurable feedback on what language performs. A single viral phrase can spread globally in minutes, monetizing attention while shaping cultural norms. The result is a fascinating, messy intersection of economy, expression, and culture. Monetization rewards clever, engaging, or viral language, punishes risky or nuanced phrasing, and ultimately shapes both creators and communities. What we're seeing online isn't just language evolution. It's language being guided, incentivized, and at times censored by economic forces. So, next time you notice a meme, a phrase, or a trend spreading across YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, remember, it's not just entertainment. It's language shaped by money, algorithms, and incentives. Words aren't just words anymore. They're currency. And if you thought that was wild, stick around for the next episode where we'll explore how internet humor evolves alongside these incentives and why it sometimes feels completely unrecognizable from one year to the next. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more historic chaos, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next episode. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!